What's up guys, it's Michael here. Welcome back to the channel and we are going to look at an article posted by Forbes. So I posted last year in 2020, the hottest jobs in the market are currently trending. And now, of course, it has changed again, slightly in variation. So Forbes posted their top 10 jobs and there's like a top 100. So I looked at multiple articles to cross-reference what are the top trending growth markets for the current jobs. And in this video, we're going to specifically cancel ones out that requires you to have a graduate degree. So some of them requires a graduate degree. So you look at doctors, lawyers, I mean, that is always going to be the case, right? But like some people just can't afford to go to medical school, take out a student loan, a ridiculous amount of money, and hopefully you will succeed at class. Because think about it, you get into med school, and I have been accepted to one, but I dropped out for my entrepreneurial career. And you look at it, when you get accepted, you have to go through all those years of training and you have to survive. If you don't survive, you basically threw away your opportunity. It's a risk when people get in, they're gonna have to take. It's a choice, and I chose differently. So that's why we're gonna cut those out, because those are usually always gonna be in demand. So like doctors, lawyers, engineers, we're gonna cut those out. Anything with a postgraduate degree. We're gonna look at the ones that basically requires you to have undergrad and going below. Because let's face it, undergrad can be just as profitable or even more profitable than the ones from a graduate degree. So we're looking at articles that Forbes posts for post-pandemic 2021. Let's get into it. First, we're gonna break down what makes their job list or rankings so unique. So first, the job growth and market. You look at today, a lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people are choosing not to work. A lot of employers are looking for employees, but employees don't want to work. So is it, like I said before, great time to clock in a deal. Still not too late. You can still clock in a really great deal to make extra amounts of buckets of cash coming in. And you can start your own business, which is way greater than before. So the first one that I noticed that is being really interesting is an IT manager. So you think about it, there's a lot of businesses out there that have basically tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people employed. And now, thanks to the coronavirus, we now have to manage all those people because, remote working at home is now becoming a trend. It was always becoming a trend, but it was slowly transitioning. And now with the pandemic, it transitioned almost instantly. So when that's the case, how do you manage all that people? Of course, you got Facebook, you got Google, heck, you have Zoom, you have Discord, gaming platform. People will use whatever it takes to connect with other businesses and connect with their employees and to manage them. The question is, how efficient can you manage them? That is one job space that right now a lot of companies, or if you're a really good coder yourself, can even design a software for. Design a program, maybe something like Discord, except designed for work instead of gaming. The list goes on. And we're only going to cover up to around 5 because there's a huge list of them and I cannot go through all of them. If I went through all of them, this video will definitely be over 24 hours long. That's how many there are. This is a lot of opportunities. So these are the best ones I found it noticeable for the current time in 2021. Next one, they're looking for smart home appliances. So basically that one I caught my eye because you thought about a lot of people, they don't really, let's face it, a lot of people don't care about their house. Look at the way they clean it, look at the way they design it. Maybe they don't have the money for it, but at the same time, now since a lot of people are working at home, they realize when they stay at home, oh God, I can't take this. Oh my God, the house is a mess. The backyard looks like crap. The house when I live in feels like garbage. There's bugs here, cockroaches, the list goes on. Maybe like you go to the bathroom, it's always freezing, it's always cold. So contract work is actually becoming more popular, especially smart homes. For example, like smart homes are now kicking off. You look at basically Amazon's Alexa, you look at Google, like Google Smart Home, any smart home devices are now becoming more and more popular because more people staying at home, they realize, hey, if you can imitate something you see in the future or like, really futuristic houses and implement in their own house. But a lot of them don't know how to do, electrical work. So, electrical engineers or basic contract workers are becoming more and more popular. More and more people are looking for those people. You just got to market yourself by putting yourself out there, making videos just like this, YouTube videos, and show yourself what you can do. And people will come and watch your video and contact you. Whatever criticisms they give, who cares? Just go and someone will become your customer. And where or not for you to deliver is up to you. Going down the list, This one, it caught me by surprise. I don't know how true it is, but it is becoming green energy. So what do I mean by green energy? As you know, gas prices now are going up and rising in price again. Still not as high as Europe in the United States, unfortunately. So, what I mean by unfortunately is we complain how high our gas prices here, but look at the rest around the world. We have it still better than them. But what's interesting is, since when prices go up, people start to think differently. Meaning is whether or not they should, rely on the government to have your back. As I mentioned in a previous video, cryptocurrency, losing trust in keeping gas prices low, losing trust in supply and demand, feeling they're being manipulated by some background influence in the rear. What is supporting it? Are they supporting them? Yes or no? So what happens to get an electrical vehicle? Would they raise their electrical prices because they don't have basically enough tax revenue? Even in reality, let's face it, the government spends way too much money and they have no accountability for it. And let's face it, people like me and you guys watching this video are getting fed up with that. So green energy, such as solar panels, lithium-ion batteries, even iron batteries, are becoming more and more popular. When that technology develops, it's like cryptocurrency, way too decentralized from the government. So for this example, will be electricity. Electricity will become decentralized. You'll have a competition instead of relying energy created by the government and they can charge whatever you want. So for example, what happened to Texas, you can claim freedom all you want right there, but freedom won't save you when crap hits the fan in that example. So sometimes you want to just rely on yourself to do it because it's America. Get your hands dirty, get down to work, and turn problems into solutions for green energy. So a lot of people are looking into that space. When solar panels get cheaper and hopefully they become manufactured in the United States, not some other place around the world, which I will not mention, that's using questionable labor practices. But if that place gets, if we start manufacturing here, it becomes cheaper and we get iron batteries, great. A lot of people are looking for that. That's really specific. And the fourth one, this one wasn't a surprise, computers, technology, laptops. So basically, most people go to work, they use their computer. And everything for them as an IT manager, IT software, building computers, all set up for them. What happens when that IT person is not there to hold your hand? As an employee, going to work, you come back, you don't have your own computer. So that's another example of a supply shortage. Why people building gaming computers, building work computers is now facing a really hard shortage. That's one area that a lot of people could look into. Maybe designing, finding suppliers, maybe even design your own chips, which is the more extreme end. If you can design your own microchip and semiconductors, man, you have it really good for you. But whether you fail or not, you have to try. If you never try, you never know you succeed. That's another area. And the other area, the fifth one I noticed on Forbes, is basically in general just going out looking for jobs. A lot of people are now holding back and looking for work. Like I mentioned before, another hot job market is basically everywhere else, including real estate. In real estate, this is another really hot one because a lot of people are just changing the way they live. They're moving from state to state, whether they like it here in California or they like it there in Texas, they will move place to place. People are not stationary, especially in the United States. Other countries around the world might be different, but in the United States, people love to move around. You have 50 states to choose from. If one state doesn't work out for you, you go to somewhere else. You live in one state, you like the state, but one county or the mayor does, you don't agree with, move to a different county. Simple as that. So basically, real estate people, it's a really nice time for you guys because a lot of people are looking for houses and selling houses. Even if they say it has cooled down, it's still going on. Those transactions will always continue. It will never change from today on into the future. And the sixth one, which I find it was pretty interesting too, is I didn't know a lot of people are actually really interested in furniture. So apparently, people go to IKEA to buy their furniture or they buy online. But a lot of people are looking for designers because decided people who are more wealthy looking to remodel their home, maybe recolor a house, and looking for advice. There's a lot of people, basically similar to contractor work too, advice and designers. If you can fulfill that, that loophole in the market, great. You're gonna have business and customers. Like those YouTube videos and channels design custom wooden tables using epoxy, or basically building special type of tables. People are always looking for something unique. something that sparks their interest. That is what creates a job market, and that is what creates new growth for an industry. That's all I have to say for this video. I'm going to keep this one short. Please like, share, subscribe. And like always, think outside the box.